Before you give up on her, listen carefully. Most men give up too soon. They think they've lost the battle before the war has even started. She's pulling away, acting distant, replying less, not showing the warmth she once did, and you start to feel like it's over. But what if I told you this isn't the end? What if I told you this is actually your greatest opportunity? You see, most men panic. They chase, they beg, they plead. They send message after message trying to fix what they think is broken. But what they don't realize is that every desperate move kills attraction faster than silence ever could. Before you give up, pause. Because if you understand what I'm about to share, you'll stand in a position most men never reach. She's pulling away for a reason. Women don't just wake up one day and lose interest. It happens in stages. At first, she stops feeling the chase, the mystery, the challenge, the spark. She knows exactly how you feel. There's no curiosity left, no tension. She's testing your emotional strength without even realizing it. She wants to see how you handle uncertainty. Will you stay calm or will you crumble? When she pulls away, most men do the worst thing possible. They push harder. They text more. They call more. They try to win her attention back. But what they don't realize is this. When you chase someone who is pulling away, you confirm that she's the one in control. She no longer needs to earn your attention, and what's freely given is rarely respected. Here's what a Stoic man understands. Distance is not the end. It's the test. It's the moment the universe asks, do you really value yourself? Instead of chasing, the Stoic becomes still. Instead of reacting, he observes. Because silence, when used with confidence, creates the one thing most men never give a woman: mystery. Silence is power. When you pull back and stop feeding her constant validation, she begins to notice the absence. At first, she assumes you'll return. She thinks you'll reach out because that's what every other man does. But days pass, then weeks, and suddenly, something shifts. She starts checking her phone more often. She starts wondering what you're doing, who you're talking to, and why you haven't come back. And that is when it begins, the moment your absence becomes louder than any message you could be sent. She starts to realize you were the steady energy in her life and now it's gone. That silence creates curiosity. Curiosity turns to reflection. Reflection turns into regret. The truth is, a woman doesn't fall in love with your presence. She falls in love with the feeling your absence creates. When you were always available, she never had to think about losing you. But now that you've pulled back, she's starting to feel it. The uncertainty, the tension, the longing. This is where most men fail again. The moment she sends a small text like, "Hey," or "How have you been?" they jump at the opportunity. They respond instantly, excited that she noticed them again. But that reaction gives away all the power you've built. You can't fall into old habits. If she reaches out, stay calm. Respond, but don't rush. Be polite, but not eager. Let her work for your attention again. Remember this, your silence should never be a game. It should be a reflection of your self-respect. You're not ignoring her to punish her. You're simply allowing her to feel what life is like without your energy. Because when a man stops chasing, he forces a woman to face herself. And that's when she starts realizing what she truly lost. There's a moment in every woman's mind when she starts to compare. She might talk to new guys. She might post things online to get your reaction. But deep down, she's measuring them against you. And no matter how much she tries to convince herself she's moved on, she can't stop thinking about the man who didn't chase her. Because mystery always wins over predictability. And here's the truth most men never understand. When she can't predict your next move, she starts to feel attraction again. She starts to feel that spark that only comes from uncertainty. That's when she begins watching your stories, checking your profile, maybe even liking your old posts. She's trying to figure out one thing. Did she lose you for good? But this is not the time to get comfortable. This is the time to stay grounded. When she reaches out, don't rush back in. Let her prove that she deserves your attention again. Because a man who values himself doesn't give his energy freely. He gives it to those who match his peace. And if she never comes back, understand this. She did you a favor. Because if she could walk away so easily, she was never yours to begin with. A Stoic man doesn't fear loss. He accepts it. He understands that what's meant for him will return, and what's not will fade away. His peace is not dependent on another person's attention. The power of detachment is the ultimate form of strength. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you refuse to let anyone disturb your inner balance. When you master that, you become the kind of man she can't forget. Because emotional control is rare. Most men are slaves to their emotions. But when you remain calm, when you respond with grace instead of desperation, you stand out in a world full of noise. She might not admit it, but your silence is teaching her something she's never learned before: respect. The moment she realizes you won't chase, she begins to see your value differently. You're no longer the man she can manipulate. You're the man she has to earn back. And that shift changes everything. So, before you give up, don't chase, don't explain, don't fight for attention. Just step back and let your energy speak for itself. Because the truth is, the man who walks away with peace holds more power than the one who stays out of fear. And if she comes back, meet her with calm. Don't punish, don't brag, don't gloat. Just let her see that you've evolved beyond needing her validation. That's when she realizes you never needed to win her back, because you were never losing to begin with. She lost a man who understood silence, a man who knew that detachment isn't indifference, it's mastery. She'll remember your calm long after your words are forgotten, because a man who stays composed under pressure, a man who can walk away without hate, that man becomes unforgettable. So the next time she pulls away, remember this. You don't have to chase. You don't have to beg. You don't even have to prove a thing. Just breathe, be still, and let your silence do the talking. Because the man who remains calm when others panic, the man who chooses peace over reaction, is the man every woman eventually regrets losing. This is Mind Hack Stoic. If this message spoke to you, share it. Let it reach someone who's losing themselves trying to hold on to the wrong person. And if you're walking your own Stoic path, subscribe and join this community of calm minds and unbreakable spirits. Remember this as your mantra for today. I don't chase, I attract. What belongs to me will find me. What doesn't will pass.